Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students and my dear viewers. You are watching my YouTube channel 786 English Point, and I am Muhammad Shafiq. Change is the constant law of nature. Nature does not change its rules, they are eternal truth, they are the permanent and forever truth. And this change from the very first day when man, our first father and mother, came in this world, that was a time. And now this one time is in which we all are living. So it is called age. You know what is age? 100 years period is called age. It is also called century. What is modern age? This is our topic today that we will discuss, and we will also see and examine on those points which are very close to the nature. So this world and the modern age in which we are living, it has in its background, there are so many ages and centuries which tells us the condition of man in various ages and in centuries. It was a different century of the century of our forefathers. They were spiritually alive. They have a respect and value for the different values, honor for the different values, like speaking truth, never to cheat, never to fraud, or to misguide, or to make fun of others, like all these corruption, bribery, hoarding. These evils were not with man, and our forefathers, our ancestors, were spiritually alive people. It's a story and matter of the last century that we are the eyewitness of it, that we forefathers, when we examine our forefathers' routine of life, so we feel that they reflect spiritual light in their activities and works of life. And now in present time, in modern century, modern word is also need to discuss. I will discuss with you. So change is a constant law of life. I started by this video, and this is the constant law of nature that our forefathers and ancestors, our forefathers were very different than us. They loved spirituality, human values like forgiveness, like tolerance, like cooperation, like respect, like honor. I mean, they have a cares, and they were spiritually alive. And in this modern era, it is a different story. Everything is loved physically, appearance wise, or it's a full of artificial world. So now what is modern? Modern industry, medical field, engineering field, then computer field, IT, they all claim that this is our century. Scientist says that we are the superior who gave this shape, who shaped this century. This is a scientific century. Medical world people have their different claim. Same is the case with the men of literature. They think that these changes that they have brought in literature, that is modern. So it's a kind of mixture of so many things. But exactly, it has no definition. It has multiple definitions. But exact definition, acknowledged, certified definition is not available about this modern age, that what this modern age is. Some say that it's an age of unrest. Some say that it's an age of anxiety. Some say that it's an age of isolation. Some say it's an age of industrialization. Some says it's an age of capitalization. Some says that the significant development that took place in this century is modern age. So certified and exact definition of modern age is not there, but one, generally speaking, authorized, certified and understandable definition of modern age is that it's an age which is spiritually like a desert and outwardly it's like a, physically mean it's like a very wonderful and amazing. So this is modern age, something introduction of the modern age, and we will inshallah in this same video will discuss various of its points, and one of the most important prose writer of this century, T.S. Eliot, in literature field, what he says, he has very beautiful depiction. He depicted the modern century in one of his poem, The Hollow Man. I will share with you in detail, and we'll enjoy together the Hollow Man poem of T.S. Eliot, and that will also reflect for you the clear picture of what is modern age. Modern century and modern age start from 1901 to 1965. There was a major, setback. There was a major hit of changes that took place in the scenario and the picture of the world. For example, two very horrible events that took place in this century. That was number one, First World War, and then the Second World War. So First World War started in 1914 and it ended on 1918. It changes the picture of the world very rapidly. And after that, in 1939 to 1945, Second World War also shaped this world and the people and the men and brought different changes. As I in my introduction told you that it's an age of interrogations and anxiety. Interrogation means every man wants to ask questions. So he is questionable and he is also under the pressure of anxiety. It is very common phenomena, common picture of the modern man. Even you study yourself, you will realize that anxiety and interrogation is at its extreme. So it's also an age of globalization and discoveries. Internet connected the whole world into globalization. It's a global village. And many discoveries took place in, significant discoveries took place in various fields like politics, like medicines, like literature, then in society. So these all major changes also, shape this modern age. Then we have some very different things, urbanization and cultural and political influences on the lives of the peoples. So in urbanizations, people started to migrate from the cities from the villages towards cities because there were facilities and people want to develop themselves, people want to change themselves. This speed was there. So people migrate. So migration on a very vast scale took place in this modern age, and political influences were also very common. Democracy was, taking its shape. So in this process of change, as I started my video, that nature change is a constant law of nature. It never changes, and it is man who has to change according to his circumstances and situations. So modern ages today are targeted point. Then we have education was promoted on a very vast scale, very massive scales to guide the people about the new changes that are coming place in this modern age and in this modern times. Then in literature particularly, we examine that the process of different writers and poets, they started to write the themes of negative consequences, especially the negative consequences of capitalisms and machinery. What machinery, how machinery or how machine is influencing the human life, and then secondly, what the capitalism, how the capitalism is, influencing the modern life, the man of the modern life. So this is, then we have isolation and individualism is also one of the significant and the prominent elements of this modern age. So isolation, man is isolated in previous century. Man was not isolated because he spiritually was alive, and modern man is not spiritually alive. So memory, money become the main significant factor. So money ruling on everything. It is the money of this modern time that man that's forcing to the man to fight with God, to compare himself with God. But he is not, it's very simple that whenever it is also called a Renaissance age in Europe, it was a symbol of getting power, learnings, money, etc., etc., all these things which are very common. So people in this century are faithless. They have lost their faith. Faith on God. Faith in God. So they are, this point was that lost faith on the most important thing of their life, that was religions and God. Men stopped to recognize and to follow the system of God. So they have lost their faith. They were faithless. This same element was very well depicted in the poem of T.S. Eliot, The Hollow Man. We will at the end. I will share it with you and you'll enjoy it. Emotion, feelings and values have no importance. Heart is like a desert. There is no greenery, there is no freshness, there is no life, there is no innovation. There is nothing new or any novelties there, any newness is there. So these are the factors, main factors, which were very significant in this total change of previous century from this modern century about which we are talking. What is modern age? So this is modern age. We will discuss in the next segment the poem of T.S. Eliot. After analyzing and examining that what is modern age and its definition and its most important factors which played a major role to change this world and converted it into a world which is called a globalization. I mean, the world is like a village. So as I promised with you that I would share with you the poem of T.S. Eliot, who depicts very well the modern age, what is modern age and what is the condition of modern man in this modern age. We are the hollow man, T.S. Eliot says. He's in literature field and he's a genius of the 21st century, and he's very intellectual and scholarly person in literature, considered significant and very important literary artist. He is of the views that we are the hollow men, we are the empty men, and we are the stuffed men leaning together. We are leaning together, we are bending towards each other. That means that we are talking with each other, we are conversating with each other, we have a dialogue with each other, we communicate with each other. In this global world who's called modern age, we communicate all the time. Headpiece and our head in this modern age, while talking conversations with each other, is filled with straw. Straw mean meaningless things, and our mind is full of meaningless things. Straw, alas. The poet is sorrowful. The poet is beating the drums of sorrow, and sorrow is the greatest misery. Alas, it's a very sorrowful condition of man. And our dried voices when we whisper together, and our voices when we talk with each other, the modern man condition, are quiet and meaningless. It has no voice, it has no sound, and it is purposeless. It has no purpose. It is absolutely purposeless. As wind in dry grass. Man is like a dry grass in this modern era, and the wind is a symbol of God and nature, that we needs to go towards nature. So this is a modern man. It's like a dry land. S.T. Coleridge is also one of the remarkable and excellent literary artists of English literature, and he is also of the view, similar views. He says that the world is too much with us, late and soon. We are spending major part of our life with this modern times, getting and spending. We are just getting new things, we are just spending it, and we lay waste our powers, our human powers, human instinctive power, the power of human beings, the determination power, the tolerance power, the power of forgiveness, the power of patience, the power of brotherhood, the power of love, and the power of care, and the love for humanity, and the service for humanity. All these powers we are wasting, lay waste. Little we see in nature, that is our nature is God. We have no time to see God. We have no time to meet God. This is the end of the whole story and this video. But my personal advice for all of you is this, because there must be a moral lesson, as you know very well, as I'm a teacher. Being a teacher, it's my duty to give you also a moral lesson. Keep a friendship with God. God says that I am more close to man than man himself is. And remember God. Talk with God, discuss with God, keep him like just a good friend, and you will feel that you are, in spite of this desert like world, spiritually desert like world, you will feel that you are green and you will remain evergreen. Thank you very much. See you next time in the next video. Bye bye.